for the remaining questions, okay, they are so easy to tell. If you know your slope-intercept form for this case, number one, you have no way to miss it, okay? So first, now let me introduce the idea of the line of best fit, okay? Now, on the SAT, you often see this term, the line of best fit. The line of best fit is not meant to touch all the points, but the line of best fit is supposed to be right across all the data points, okay? So that the distance between the line and the individual data points would be the smallest overall, okay? So something like this would be your, line of best fit, okay? So now my question is this. Number one, which one is the nonsense choice? Because? Yeah, the y-intercept of 90, we are touching almost the origin. How can there be a y-intercept of 90? That is nonsense. All right, that is just total nonsense. What else is a nonsense? Why is A a nonsense? The slope is 90. Well, actually, did you find out the slope yet? Let's go ahead and take a look at the slope, okay? Now, what's the slope right here? So if you take these two as your data points, okay? So you think about change of y over change of x. What's the change of y? There'll be a rise of 10, and there'll be a run of 0.1. So the slope calculation will be 10 over 0.1. What's 10 over 0.1? Does it get bigger or does it get smaller? When you divide by a decimal, but it gets bigger. That's actually 100. Now, and this is how tricky sometimes it would be. All right, so we might want to negate that. Hey, 90, it's a crazy slope, right? The line doesn't seem that steep. But what is different? What's different here is that the scale on the x-axis and the scale on the y-axis, they're not the same. So the better way to prove yourself is that you better start calculating some slope. The calculation makes your argument very strong. And so initially we're going to negate choice A, but it turns out that A is the choice, okay? Because we found out the slope, it's about 100. Okay? So now, on the SAT, if you are taking the SAT, same thing. You find out the y-intercept, you find out the slope, then you make your argument, okay? Of course, you pick up the nonsense choice and make sure that it is really, really, the not so reasonable choice. Other than that, you should always use a calculation to prove yourself.